Try and make up your mind, huh? Well, good afternoon. Yesterday, Vladimir Putin recognized two regions of Ukraine as independent states. And he bizarrely asserted that these regions are no longer part of Ukraine and their sovereign territory. Today, he asserted that these regions are actually extend deeper than the two areas he recognized. He's setting up a rationale to go much further. This is the beginning of a Russian invasion of Ukraine, as he indicated and asked permission to be able to do from his Duma. So let's begin to, I'm going to begin to impose sanctions in response. Who in the Lord's name does Putin think gives him the right to declare new so-called countries? We've said all along, and I've told Putin to his face more than a month ago, Russia has now undeniably moved against Ukraine. We're implementing full blocking sanctions on two large Russian financial institutions, VEB and their military bank. It can no longer raise money from the West and cannot trade in its new debt on our markets or European markets either. We'll also impose sanctions on Russia's elites and their family members. We've worked with Germany to ensure Nord Stream 2 will not, as I promised, will not move forward. I have authorized additional movements of U.S. forces and equipment already stationed in Europe to strengthen our Baltic allies. Let me be clear, these are totally defensive moves on our part. We have no intention of fighting Russia. There are still well over 150,000 Russian troops surrounding Ukraine. Russia's moved supplies of blood and medical equipment into position on their border. You don't need blood unless you plan on starting a war. President Putin has sought authorization from the Russian parliament to use military force outside of Russian territory. None of us should be fooled. None of us will be fooled. There is no justification. It is Russia and Russia alone that bears the responsibility. As we respond, my administration is using every tool at our disposal to protect American businesses and consumers from rising prices at the pump. As I said last week, defending freedom will have cost for us as well and here at home. We need to be honest about that. But as we do this, I'm going to take robust action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at the Russian economy, not ours. This will blunt gas prices. I want to limit the pain to the American people are feeling at the gas pump. This is critical to me. At every step, we have shown the United States and our allies and partners are working in unison, which he hasn't been counting on, Mr. Putin. Yesterday, the world heard clearly the full extent of Vladimir Putin's twisted rewrite of history, going back more than a century, as he waxed eloquently, noting that, well, I'm not going to go into it, but nothing in Putin's lengthy remarks. And there is no question that Russia is the aggressor. So we're clear-eyed about the challenges we're facing. We'll probably have more to say about this as it moves on. I'm hoping diplomacy is still available. Thank you all very much.
Sir, are you still open to meeting with Vladimir Putin, sir?